in order to know my rights and in order to understand what my rights are and what the laws are, I have to be an attorney, is what you're suggesting, sir?
I mean, you probably should have some kind of law degree.
No. Hey, Two Arms fam, glad to see you back again, coming at you with some more great content. Again, definitely a spicy one. Definitely had some controversial conversations and some friction with some law enforcement here. I definitely did something a little out of character at the end too, so stick around to the end, folks. It's a little funny, but also not my style. Everybody makes their mistakes, but stick around, you'll see it. We also love to hear your comments about what we could have done better, could have done less. Jump in those comments, have that conversation with us. We were joined today also by Jane Fair. Jane Fair was part of the reason why we were there, not the entire reason. But part of the reason with Jane Fair is the Minot Police Department seems to think that they can pick on people if they have a difficult time articulating themselves. So basically, if you have a friend or a loved one who has a stutter or less than ability to wield the English language and they have a hard time articulating themselves, then, oh, well, we can pick on them and bully them. No, that's not how it works. And we're going to make sure you know that. And don't worry, we'll be returning to this location again later too. But anyways, Jane Fair is joining us, so welcome Jane Fair, and run over to her channel. She does have a channel too, and check out her content. She's got some pretty good content in there. And so we're going to visit Minot PD today. And we're going to see if they can behave themselves. No, spoiler alert. But anyways, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, folks, so that we can get this education out to as many people as possible. We can make sure that the Two Arms fam is growing and that this movement in general is growing, of us learning our own constitutional rights and educating others. Let's see what happens.
Hi everyone, I'm your best friend, back in town again.
Hey, Two Arms fam, we're here at Minot Police Department today, and we're going to go in and ask some questions and look around and enjoy our public spaces and see if they respect our rights. And hopefully, I mean, it is a police station, they should know the law and they should know what our rights are. But let's see how it goes. All right, here we go.
You go first. I'm going to go ahead and stand back and see if they let you in, okay? And then let's see if they let me in separately.
Hi, how can I help you?
I had some questions for a couple of officers, and I also just wanted to gain access to our public areas.
Okay, what's your name?
I'm sorry?
What's your name?
My name is Paul. Who are you?
Denise.
Hi, Denise.
Okay.
A few moments later.
We're getting somebody, just hold on.
Well, I just want to get into the public area too. I mean, this is all public lobby. So, folks, apparently we don't have access to the public areas in this police station readily available. We are boxed into this little bullpen area with having to ask permission to enter our public spaces.
Hello, what can I do for you?
Well, starting with, let me have access to the public areas.
Are you here to get some records?
No, I'm here to talk with someone, but...
Okay. Well, this is the public area. What can I do for you? No, this is actually a secured building.
It's a secured building, but clearly we can look in here and see that there are benches, vending machines,
Yeah, those individuals, I believe, are here for an officer.
Those areas.
If you're here for records, we can get you those.
Those areas are all open to the public, are supposed to be, but you guys are kind of restricting us to this little.
I see you're here with Melissa Ferris today. What's your name, sir?
We're not together in that way. I am.
Well, no, I mean, you came down with Miss Melissa Ferris here,
He's not going to be allowed to use the bathroom with me. He's never asked. And you are not going to be allowed to either, but may I please use your public bathroom?
This is a closed off area right now, Melissa Ferris, you know that.
Why is it closed off?
Because it's for public that are down here for official business, like if you're gathering records.
Like a Freedom of Information Act request?
We don't do those down here.
Yeah.
We do general records.
You have to receive a FOIA request at any public entity.
Oh, okay.
That is the law.
Okay, all right.
Which
attorney's office are you with?
So in order to know my rights and in order to understand what my rights are and what the laws are, I have to be an attorney, is what you're suggesting, sir?
I mean, you probably should have some kind of law degree.
No. You shouldn't. So American citizens need to have a law degree to understand their rights, is what you're telling me?
You should probably be of some level of intelligence for that, yeah.
So do you doubt that I'm of any level of intelligence? Is that what you're telling me?
Right now, a little bit, yeah. I mean, you're with Miss Melissa Ferris here. So, I mean, she seems to come down and bother us a lot.
So you're discriminating against me due to my company?
Don't even know who you are, honestly.
Or
well, you don't need to. I'm a member of the public.
So are you here to get some records
I am
from the
here
police department?
with business. There is a specific person I'd like to talk to.
Who can I go get for you?
It is a captain, but I don't know his name. I only have his picture.
Okay, can you show me the picture? I can tell you who that is, and I can go see if he's available?
I sure can.
Okay.
Or if he's not available, whoever is his highest ranking superior that's available in the building.
One of the captains should be around, I believe.
Right.
So.
And is there anybody higher than a captain? I'm sure there is.
Not at the moment, there's not.
Well, that's why I said whoever's available in the building.
Yeah, that'd be the city manager.
However, you really shouldn't greet the public, regardless of my company or my camera.
Sergeant Jared Foley, Melissa Ferris, I think you know that.
Yeah, I had read it.
Yeah.
Sorry I didn't ask you.
No, that's fine. I know Melissa Ferris likes to
but you've already insulted me as being non-intelligent.
Well, I'm just asking if you're an attorney, that's all.
You don't have to be an attorney to understand your rights.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure that the general public would agree with me that that is really horrifying that you would say that to us.
I mean, that might be your opinion, but which captain can I go get for you?
It's shared opinion with a lot of people.
Sure.
So you think that it's okay to just insult the general public, huh?
No, I don't think I'm insulting you. I haven't called you any derogatory names or...
You didn't just say that I'm less than intelligent?
I said I think you should be somewhat intelligent to be asking questions like an attorney.
And then you said you doubt that I'm intelligent.
Well, I mean, that's your
based
opinion.
on my company. No, it's not my opinion. I got it on camera. You literally just said it.
Yeah. Anyways, who's the captain I can get for you? Oh, yeah, that's from Melissa Ferris's video that she took last week when she was here for like 5 hours.
And what is his name?
That's Captain Stunbakken.
How would you know what my video looks like? The links are listed.
Yeah, but no, I watched you recording him out here for like an hour and a half.
I'm sorry. Stunbakken?
Sundbakken. Yeah. Let me go see if he's here for you, and I'll let him know you guys are out here, okay?
Thank you.
You bet.
So apparently, folks, here at the Minot Police Station, they are absolutely locking us out of the publicly accessible areas and not allowing us in there. Based on their discrimination and lack of intelligence discrimination based on our company and or our camera. Clearly that gentleman stated it outright.
Hi there, I've got Captain Sundheim who's going to come out and speak with you here in just a moment, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You bet. Who are the people in the lobby waiting for? You're here for one person only? Yeah, no, I know. What about the gentleman? You pick this gal? Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, do you need that? Okay, fabulous, thank you.
Oh, sorry for the
Hi
wait.
there, I was waiting.
Sorry about the people in the lobby.
Yeah, well, we're not going to retire.
They want to be sovereign citizens. Ryan, tell them what we do. So, why don't you take them?
Sure, that's good. Well, we're free. My name's Officer Gibson.
307 through the patrol units. Be advised, Melissa Ferris and another unknown gentleman are down here at the PD, wandering around with their cameras, demanding access. So you can stop down here, be aware they're out here.
You just call.
I just let patrol know that they're down here, so they show up, they're not just bombarded by it.
Yep.
I have no idea who that guy is. He won't identify himself. I'm sure he's some guy that Melissa contacted.
I was gonna tell him their sunshine laws require me to do a Freedom of Information Act request.
Sure.
Oh, what can I do for you?
Yes, I'm here and I'm supposed to do a Freedom of Information Act request. And I'd very much like to go ahead and to go over to the windows and submit my written request for information.
The captain will come talk to you here in just a few minutes, okay?
Is he handling Freedom of Information Act requests now?
I'll have somebody.
Well,
I'll have somebody else help you in just a sec, okay?
okay, because I'm supposed to, by law, have access to those windows you just put the blinds down on for Freedom of Information. They may be able to pull the blinds down to create privacy, but they are not supposed to use it as a reason to not wait on us or to close them for any reason. By law, we are supposed to have access to this place, and you have to keep it open, even if we're filming.
I don't think they're even listening at that point. He's not going to respond to you anymore.
I don't think so either, but I figured the video's running. The point is that I've dared to say it.
Yep. You're not wrong.
If it's cool, I know I filmed that camera umpteen times.
Oh yeah. Well, there's a camera here, and there's a camera there, and there's another camera over there in the corner. They are always watching us.
Well, the lobby was never locked like this until I think around the time of COVID. And what they think they're supposed to do, I mean, think about it. If someone wanted to do harm to a police officer, why go through here when all this stuff is outside? This isn't really much a protection thing. And these COVID things have never been taken down.
I know, yeah. Matter of fact, the first night I came here to the police station, I had a great interaction with a sergeant here. He was a nice guy. We had a very pleasant conversation for about 20 minutes right outside here. And he had explained to me that this bullpen type area was set up originally due to COVID, and then they just never stopped doing it. Wait. Is there a reason we're waiting, 20 minutes just to have a 5-minute conversation here, people?
Or in my case, I guess they're more of a nonprofit.
Melissa, right?
Yes, sir.
Is that right? Okay. You want to talk to somebody?
Well, I need to use your bathroom, number one. And since this is only a COVID thing, and by law, you're supposed to allow us access to the lobby during business hours, there better be a good emergency reason I can't have access to a public bathroom and the public windows to go ahead and request your security, to go ahead and file a FOIA request for security footage, a second copy of the citations, and to go ahead and make the details of your investigation public when possible.
Okay. So you have a case number? So you're actually making a records request? That's what you're telling me?
Yes, I got the date of the case number. I can go ahead, the date of the case. I don't have the case number, but I can run up to the car and get it.
Okay.
But I'd like to have access to the windows to go ahead and make it.
Well, why don't you go ahead and get that then, so we can start that, if that's what you want to do. So why don't you go get the information that you need so we can start that.
May I use the bathroom?
Okay, you can use the bathroom once you get that information. You're actually there for official business. You can definitely do that.
Her car's pretty far away. I don't know if she can wait to use the bathroom until after she goes all the way to her car.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. So what kind of incident are you talking about?
Well, back when I was over in your lobby, January 15th.
Okay. And?
Well, those cameras I paid for with my taxpayer dollars. I think I should have a right to the footage. I
Okay.
also do think that I should have, I mean, since the captain said that he'd take down a complaint that day, I want to see to it, I want to get information pertaining to that complaint, whether or not it's been filed, what the progress is on the complaint, and I'd like to request preemptively that the records be made public once this investigation has taken place.
Okay, well, we don't necessarily make things public, but I mean, I guess I don't know what kind of complaint you're talking about. So
So the captain lied about filing it.
what makes you say that?
Well, because it's been how many days since the 15th? You've had more than enough time to get that complaint on record.
Okay, I don't personally know about it, is what I'm telling you. I don't know everything that goes on here. You didn't make the complaint with me.
know if you-
Hold on, let me finish. You didn't make the complaint with me, okay? So therefore, I can't tell you what the status of it is, okay?
But by law, they're supposed to be able to take an open records request. And I'm supposed to
And
have
that's
access to those windows.
That's what I'm talking to you about. And there's nothing that says you need to have access to that window. There's nothing that says that. I'm taking your,
Well, other
hold
than
on,
our
hold on,
laws.
Melissa. Hold on, Melissa. I'm taking your request. I'm listening to what it is that you want to get access to in regards to the open records, and I'm willing to fulfill that for you. But what you said is that you had the information on the car, so that's why I asked you to go get the information on the car, so I can help you fulfill that request.
Sir?
Okay? We have to be willing and able to take the request in any of many different means, and that can be by phone, it can be by email, it could be in person, which is what you're doing right now. Okay?
Well, our state sunshine laws kind of say that you do have to take it in person, and the case
And
law
that's
says
what-
that
that's
you
what-
cannot
that's what we're
close a
doing right-
lobby or
that's-
deny us access
That's
to
what we're,
it
that's what we're doing
during
right now.
business hours, solely on account of filming.
That's what statute says, solely on account of filming.
Well, case law, the court's ruled over
Okay.
and over again.
Melissa, I'm telling you right now, you want to do an open records request, I'm trying to take that from you, and you're refusing to give it to me.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. Go get, if
You're
you want, if
refusing to
you,
let me use the bathroom, and my eyeballs are floating. We've been waiting more than 20 minutes for you to come. I would like to use the ladies' room now, please.
okay, if you want to use the bathroom, that's fine, okay? But you're coming back out here, and we're gonna fulfill the records request. Okay.
Not at the window.
Okay, I'm going to fulfill it for you, personally, but I need the information for you to do that. Okay, so if you want to use the bathroom, you certainly
You
can.
absolutely have to have case
Do-
numbers.
yeah, I thought that you needed to use the bathroom. Do you need to use the bathroom?
I
or not?
do need
Then
to
let's
use
go.
the bathroom.
Then let's go.
Yeah, do that.
Okay, why don't you stay here? I don't have my key up there.
I don't have a key either.
Okay,
Here, how's
what's your name, sir?
Paul,
Paul? Nice to meet you, Paul.
what's your name?
My name? Captain
And
Simon.
badge number?
Captain Simon.
Badge number? You didn't give me a badge number either, did you?
My badge number is 5.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
You realize that wearing that shield that's on your chest means that you absolutely have the authority to do things to people's lives. Take their freedom, take their finances, up to and including removing their life. That's a big responsibility, don't you think? No, you don't think that's a large responsibility on your part?
I just don't feel like answering your ignorant question.
It's not an ignorant question.
I just don't feel like answering it. So.
You might be the absolute most horrifying example of an officer I've encountered.
Because
Yet.
I won't answer your
No,
questions.
because you're insulting a member of the public. You're rude.
I'm not even saying anything to you.
Yeah, you just told me my questions are ignorant when I'm asking you if your authority that's been vested upon you to take people's finances, freedom, and their life,
Paul, I'm not answering your question.
is that a big deal? Is that a reasonable
I
question?
didn't even hear the beginning.
Oh, sorry, so you weren't here yet. This gentleman here, though, he needs reprimand. It may be privately. So far, I'm not at the point of filing a formal complaint against him, but he's walking the line.
All right.
And it will be a formal complaint if his attitude continues the way it is.
Okay.
And it won't be just a formal complaint in this department either, so I understand how you guys investigate yourself, so I will go further than that.
Okay.
I suggest I'm giving you the opportunity without the formal complaint that you rotate your attitude.
I'm just not answering your
No,
question.
you're not. You've
Hey,
insulted
talk to
me.
you
I
like
have it
this.
on video. He's insulted my intelligence and told me that I'm ignorant more than once now in this encounter. Now, I'm a little wild.
Since I left?
Yes, just now. Here, let me slow my roll and ask you what I asked him in the same manner.
Okay, well, just forgive me for a second because I'm trying to give Melissa attention too.
that's fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I just want to. I don't want to not give you my full attention when I'm also talking.
No,
about
fair
this.
enough.
Okay,
Fair enough.
Have you contact Minot Dispatch and ask for the public works to come out and throw some sand down on that?
And no, I have no intention of going past you if you're not gonna let me. I will have things to say about it that you guys are keeping us from our public spaces, but I'm not gonna ever do anything violent or hostile or.
This is the public space.
No, that's public. See the benches, see the vending machines, see the public information on the walls, see all those pamphlets, see all these pamphlets?
It's a controlled security.
That's
and I'm just,
public.
I'm gonna just, we'll just.
And we can debate it.
We'll agree to disagree, right?
We can, and what I'll do is I'll go somewhere further to take my redress about that.
That's fine.
Because I don't wanna waste time. You and I can't resolve that here right now.
Appreciate that. We'll agree to disagree. Does that work?
Yeah,
Okay.
Paul, by the way.
All right, sounds good. Yep, I remember.
I'm terrible with names. I'll forget your name in 30
All right.
seconds.
I apologize, sir, but if you can do that, then that should take care of it.
You know what's funny is I came here once before and it was after hours and this was just locked. So I was like, you know, it's after hours and whatnot. And I stood out here and had a 20-minute conversation with one of your sergeants. Very pleasant conversation.
Yep.
Man, that guy was nice.
Glad.
Had a couple of compliments for your cruisers. I do appreciate that you guys write supervisor on the fender. That way, when someone's standing there and you're on a scene somewhere and police are showing up and you've asked for a supervisor, you don't have to keep asking, is that guy's it?
Sure.
You see the car come up, you're like, oh,
Sure.
that's the guy I'm looking for.
Sure.
And you guys use the real American flag rather than a blue line flag on your cars, and that's greatly appreciated.
Okay.
You know, me and that guy, he
Okay.
was a sergeant, I can't remember his, again, I'm terrible with names. I'd have to look back.
All right.
But me and that guy stood out here and it was below zero, and we stood there talking for over 20 minutes, a very pleasant conversation.
Okay.
But again, somebody telling me that I'm less than intelligent and literally calling me ignorant as this officer has, I mean, there's gotta be some retraining. You don't treat a member of the general public that way. I've done nothing of any harm or any hostility or anything towards him or you or anyone else.
Okay. You've been fine with me.
Yeah.
I can tell you how you've been with me.
I will
all right?
reciprocate
All
what I
Okay.
receive.
All right.
I'm sorry, is
I just
that,
want to make sure she's okay.
I'm sorry, is that too big of a word for you, officer? Do you need me to break reciprocate down for you?
Paul.
I'll return
Paul,
what I'm
I know,
getting.
Paul, but
You don't insult me.
I know, I understand that.
And stand here with an attitude and not even apologize
But we're
for it.
talking. So just
I know, but so
talk
then
to
tell
me.
this gentleman to treat the
Okay.
public differently. You're
Okay,
his
I
authority.
will talk with him afterwards.
Then
Okay.
he can leave or you can correct
No,
him.
he's gonna stay.
But
here
you
with me.
can correct him
He's
then.
gonna stay here with me.
Then I'm gonna continue to reciprocate what I've received
So
from
you're
him.
gonna continue to act a certain way, is what you're saying.
What's a certain way? I will
You were
I'll
calling him
reciprocate
names.
what I'm receiving.
Okay.
I'm reciprocating what I'm
Okay.
receiving. I didn't call him a name, I just asked him if he'd like me to describe the word for him.
Once
Is that an insult? That's what he was just doing to me a
Paul,
minute ago. That's
Paul,
exactly what
Paul,
he did.
Paul,
What?
me and you were good.
Yeah.
So why are you like this with me?
Right,
Me
so
and you were
why did
good.
he come in hot the way he did?
Hold on, we're
And
talking.
why aren't you correcting him?
Because I wasn't here, and I will talk with him
I
afterwards.
got it on video.
Okay, that's fine, Paul. That's fine. I'm gonna check.
But you're
I'm gonna check
correcting
on
me,
this.
you're trying to correct me,
Here's the
you're
deal,
not my
Paul.
authority, you're his authority.
Here's the deal, Paul. Okay, I'm trying to resolve whatever
Right.
it is you guys are here for. I'm gonna go check on
You're not
Melissa.
the guy that I was looking for anyways. I showed
That's
him a
fine.
picture.
That's fine.
And he told me
He's
that
not
you're-
available, so you're stuck with me.
Let me finish, please.
Okay.
He told me when I showed him a picture, oh, that is officer, or, sorry, is it Captain?
Who,
Are you,
me?
yeah.
Yes.
He said, oh, that's Captain Sondheim.
Okay.
And then you come out. You're not the person I showed him a
Probably
picture of.
Sunbakken.
And that's okay.
And if you guys really want to talk with him, you can make an appointment with him.
Yeah, no, I told him anybody else who's
Okay.
equal or above authority was fine.
Okay.
But clearly, we have some officers who do still have a disdain for the public, at least in some cases. But I already know that all of the badges that work here don't behave like you, because I've already met quite a few of them. They were very polite people, very educated. And respectful.
I do want to take the request, but I would like
mean, it's okay, but I just got one little disturbed by what Foley said and what he seemed to agree with. Is it true that you believe that only
I'm not
certified
here,
individuals
I'm
have
not
knowledge
here,
of the
I'm
law?
not here to do anything. Right off the bat, you want to make a corrective records request. So let's accomplish that. Can we accomplish that? Or is that not what you're really here for? Because if you're
I
here to...
am here to make a
Then
records
let's do
request.
that. Okay, I'm not gonna talk about anything else right now. We want to make a records request and make a records request.
I wasn't trying to make a joke, I mean, I wasn't trying to be improper, but, Foley asked if we were together. I was not inviting, Paul over there to join me in the bathroom, but I was hoping he could join me in the lobby. He says he seems to wanna talk too, unless he didn't wanna go to the lobby.
It's your request, okay? Melissa, come here. If you're not gonna make a request,
I am gonna make the request.
okay.
Are these public? Okay. Yes, but I didn't get back to her inside the glass box. Yes, but I'd like to be able to see it.
You got a GoPro yet? You own one? No, serious, do you own a GoPro yet?
I don't think we have anything to talk about.
Well, just so you know, the 13 is the one you want, the newest one that came out. And if you go behind the 13, the 9 to the 12 are pretty much the same, so you can make a deal and get like a 9 or a 10 instead of spending the money on the 12. They're pretty much the same technology. The big jump was the 13.
Okay, keep that information in mind.
Yeah, they got magnetic mounts now and even a door that'll go on and give you a magnetic charging point so that you don't have to lose your waterproof. All the ones prior to the 13, you have to remove the door to plug it into a power source.
Sure.
But then the newer ones that offer that magnetic one, so you can leave the door shut, you can be out in the rain, or I'm not sure if it changes its underwater rating though.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to test that, I guess. Do the things you want to do, obviously, so that's kind of a big step.
We good out here?
Yeah, we're talking.
Okay. All right.
I think she's almost done, so. How'd you end up in Minot then, if you don't mind me asking? Just traveling around?
I was about to be a smartass and say I parachuted in because it's funny.
I like humor.
While I'm in the middle of this, I usually don't reveal anything identifying. When I'm done, though, a lot of times what I'll do is if someone wants to know, I'll say, give me a card with your email on it.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to see the video or you want to know more, I'm willing to share information when I'm done.
Denied access to the lobby?
If you want to make a complaint, I'll get you that complaint form. You can fill it out here and then we'll be done. But I'm going to tell you right now, I already explained to you why you can't have access to that part of the building. So
No,
you can make a
just
complaint,
said
but
it's not
you
open to
can,
the
Melissa,
public.
Melissa,
So these
Melissa,
pamphlets
come on,
and resources
let's
are
go.
for law enforcement.
Do you mind? I
only?
don't want to get too close to you.
No,
I was
you're
just
good.
trying to see my viewer.
These pamphlets and resources are for law enforcement personnel only?
I didn't want to
They look
crowd
like
you.
they're stuff that should
You're
be
right.
given to the public.
how long have you lived here, Melissa?
Long
In
enough to
Minot.
remember before that vestibule was permanently, before that vestibule was
Yeah.
locked.
Well, the reason I ask you that is because I remember when you first moved here. We talked for a long time, and I'm just wondering how long ago that was. 15 years? Maybe?
Yeah, I'm good.
Do you
Something like
remember
that.
what I looked like after I survived that?
Survived what?
You tell me, you said you talked to me right after I moved here. What were the circumstances?
Well, you came in to talk about some things, and I don't remember exactly what it was, but I remember we talked a long time.
Yeah, and this was public, this was a public area, and.
Yeah, and we operated much differently back then. We don't operate the same way. That's why things have changed.
Yes, I've noticed, more liberties seem to have gone the way of the dinosaur, plus the public's right to access.
Okay. Come on, let's go.
Do
Please.
not grab a paper form to make a written complaint.
You have the opportunity to grab one if you want. You don't want to take one with you?
Well, you're saying, come on, let's go. I was arrested for refusing to run over police officers and pedestrians. Nobody wants to buy any pop, right?
I'm good. A lot of sugar. Okay,
I'm allergic to
all right.
sugar.
Guys be safe today.
Oh, I'm not done here.
Oh, you gonna stay for a while?
I'm here to talk to you.
Oh, you wanna
I
talk
still
to me?
haven't had a conversation yet.
Okay. I'm sorry.
asked for
I didn't know.
some-
I didn't know it was set. I thought you guys were together.
No, we're not together.
Oh, okay. All right. Fair enough. I'm sorry.
Actually, he has a little more background.
I'm
on
sorry
that
for
now.
assuming. All right.
That was kind of what I think he believed too when
Okay.
I was first here.
All right, what's up?
So, my conversation is my own. Some of it is going to resound what she's saying,
Okay.
but I have my own approach and my own
Okay.
questions.
Fair enough.
Okay?
Okay.
Starting with, just so it's on camera, we're kind of agreeing for right now to disagree about this being the public space that should be available to all citizens, correct?
Yes.
Okay. If we can't resolve that now, we'll address that later with maybe a higher authority.
How about this? I'll explain it the same way I explained it to her, okay?
Okay.
In this building, there are several different layers of security, and there's several different reasons for why that is. Obviously, we're standing here, which is open access to the public. That's how they make contact with us, right?
Mhm.
On the other side of this door, there's another layer, right? Official police business, you get buzzed in, you do your official police business and so forth. Behind that door, right there, is another layer. Just like you don't have access to that access for obvious reasons,
Okay.
each different layer serves a purpose in the police department.
The only problem
Okay?
with what you're saying is that none of it abides by the law.
Okay.
That's the downfall
That
on our
part we'll
disagreement.
that part
Now,
we'll just disagree.
I listen to you, right?
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna have a dialogue where we
Okay.
wait and
But
listen, right?
Paul, please.
Are we gonna listen?
Hold on for 1 second though, okay? Just hold on for 1 second.
Okay, sure, I'll listen again, as long as you will in
Okay, but
return.
here's the, I'm just telling you up front here, okay? You can express your concerns, but I don't have all day to go through this. I really don't. So if I say we're done, I don't mean to be disrespectful, but I also spent a lot of time with Melissa trying to
That has
accomplish
nothing to do with me.
Listen, but trying to accomplish really the same, like you said, there's a lot of the same concerns, a lot of the same questions.
Some similar.
Okay, so if I cut you off and I just say we're done, I'm not meaning to be disrespectful. to
Some
you.
similar, but we
Okay?
will, but we do have to respectfully have a dialogue.
Okay.
And yes, our tax dollars, including mine, are paying for this building. Everybody here, including the uniform you're wearing. So yes, you do have the time for me. I am right now your job. This is what your
What is
job
your
is.
question? What is your
Okay?
question?
I don't have a question, I have a return statement because we're having a dialogue, right? Are we having a dialogue?
We're not, we're arguing right now. So
Well,
go
no,
ahead.
I'm
Go ahead.
trying to have a
Go ahead.
dialogue,
Go
but
go ahead, Paul.
every time I start talking, you do that and
Go
cut
ahead.
me off.
Go ahead.
Okay. By law,
Yeah.
any public space
Have
is
somebody
accessible
there for a little
to
bit,
the
so
community.
we can get somebody
Any
up
general public citizen,
Thank you.
US citizen, they don't even have to be from here. It should be accessible. Anywhere the public is allowed. Because here's the debate I've seen go down and even end up in courtrooms and won. Even if you had, some buildings have a setup to where you have to have an appointment to them to go get the services rendered that are available there. So then they will tell someone, well, we only do it because that is your policy, just like you have what you're stating as security policies here. They have an appointment policy. But even in a courtroom, it was shown to be true that if I'm a journalist, I'm not here to interrupt your business or to ask for those services as long as the public's allowed to be there. Even if it's by appointment, I can go there whenever I want as a journalist. And I'm not supposed to be stopped, and that is how the law is written. And now that you listen to me, thank you, and I will let that subject go and we'll move on. Next subject is, and it is on video, the other captain who I asked to speak to, because I really did want to ask him why, was informing Melissa on that video that if she captured someone, did you have an ATM in here or something? Did you? Wherever she was, is there another lobby? Because I remember him saying something about someone entering numbers and it appeared to be an ATM, I could be wrong. But what he was saying to her is that if she captured someone at that machine, whatever it was, entering their information, that she could be charged. He was literally threatening her with charging her and arresting her for capturing in a public space. Now, are you telling me that you condone that? You think that if I capture someone using their credit card while I'm here in this public space, that I can be charged and arrested?
You're asking if I condone what, you asked me if I condone what you said.
Can you arrest me? I'm asking you deliberately and directly. Can you arrest me and charge
It's
me?
all about context, Paul.
No, it's not. In a
Yes, it
public
is.
space, the context is, I'm in a public space and I can record anything that occurs here.
No, I don't disagree with that.
That's what I was asking.
I don't disagree with that, okay? But there's a difference though in regards to what you're doing with that recording and what the purpose of it is.
You're right. That's
Okay.
exactly it.
Okay.
What I do with it, capturing it simply, is not a crime. What I do with that information once I've captured, if I commit a criminal act with it, use it nefariously to go, steal someone's identification or use their credit card for a purchase, or you get it.
Okay,
I'm sure you've arrested people for all these crimes. Those are crimes.
okay.
But me simply existing here as a journalist in this public space where I am allowed to be and recording, you can't charge and arrest someone just for
Yeah,
capturing.
Just so you know, Paul,
Yeah.
before you started, this was the first time you told me you were a journalist.
Okay, I didn't really have the opportunity because there was kind of a kerfuffle with Melissa as soon as you walked.
All right, fair enough. So now we're on the same understanding, right?
Okay, normally, my first question is name and badge number. I'm trying to get that out, but someone else was here, and fair enough, I tried to step back.
Who are you with then?
I'm sorry?
Who are you with?
I don't
Journalist?
reveal who I am or my business or anything like that
Oh,
while I'm in.
okay.
Now, what I told this officer, and I apologize if I forget your name. I'm terrible with names.
Sergeant Foley.
Sergeant
Foley.
Foley, you're kidding me.
No.
Come on, you've heard jokes about
Oh,
that.
I know, Axel, yep, I'm aware.
Jesus Christ.
This is becoming very irritating.
But it's kind of cool if you could be like him. That is actually cool. Anyways,
For the person in the law parking lot, north side over here in a civilian park.
him and I were talking out here for
Okay. All right.
quite a bit. We actually have a pretty cordial conversation now.
Good.
I usually normally ask for, name and badge number, and then you might ask me, what I'm doing, and I'm always cordial enough starting out to give you my first name because I want to be personal. I'm not
Sure.
trying to play a game here or be antagonistic. So I'll give you my first name. Hi, I'm Paul. Nice to meet you. I'll
Okay.
shake hands with people,
All right.
and I'll tell you who I am.
Okay.
I'm an independent journalist working on a story here in Minot.
Fair enough. Okay.
If I had been asked, I would have said that right out of the gate, but again, there was sort of a kerfuffle with Melissa.
Sure, I got you.
And once you guys began that conversation, I was trying to be respectful and be quiet for a moment and let you guys have that
Okay.
conversation.
Well, that would have helped because I probably would have interacted with you differently if I would have known you weren't with her and given you guys some space and independence of each other. So,
Right.
But anyway, moving on.
However,
Right.
why would and my explanation to him, now how I originally came across Melissa, the truth is, she wasn't wrong when she said in this lobby earlier, she literally could have just seen me with a camera and walked in behind me and never met me before in her life. That's actually how I met her. At the DMV, I walked in to walk around and do my thing, as I was doing as a journalist.
Yeah.
And she just walked in the door like 5 minutes after I walked in and happened to be there.
Oh.
And we're both standing there pointing cameras at each other, and she's like, are you an auditor too? And I'm like, well, I'm not exactly an auditor, but, and then we had a conversation.
All right. All right.
We're not together, and
Okay.
don't assume.
No,
you know what I
you're,
mean?
yeah, you're fine.
I
You're fine.
can get
The
a little
The
bit,
timing was impeccable there.
and there is a reason for that
All
not
right.
here today, but
Okay.
no, I have an LLC and a DBA, and I have my
Oh, yeah?
own business.
All right.
And I am a journalist, and this is what I do.
Okay.
Okay, I'm not a First Amendment auditor, I'm not a cop watcher, I'm not anti-cop, I'm not a sovereign citizen, I don't claim any of those titles. I am a constitutional auditor. I actually started my journey with the Second Amendment on gun shows. We were just having that conversation about how there's some unlawful things that are going on, but we politely, courteously, and professionally redress those issues
Sure.
in the appropriate channels. Kind of like you and I are going to disagree about the public space here. We don't need to get hostile with one another about it or continue even arguing about it for a long period of time.
Well, either one of us any good, right?
No, and the goal isn't really me or you.
Yeah. Fair enough.
And that's one of the reasons I wear my mask, is because this interaction isn't about me.
Sure.
It is about we the people. So
Okay.
who I am really doesn't matter. It could be me or Joe Blow standing here in front of you.
Okay.
I want this interaction to be
Sure.
the same as it would be for an organic.
Sure.
That's part of the purpose. So again, what I was getting at is I'm watching that captain and his interactions with her, and what he was doing, in my opinion, and thousands so far of other people's opinions, was bullying her. He was intimidating her with the threat of charges and arrest for doing a constitutionally protected activity. What she was doing as far as filming. Now, may she have a difficult time articulating herself? Yeah, okay.
Sure.
But does that mean her civil rights, human rights, whatever you want to call it, constitutionally protected rights, are no less? You know, that's kind of like picking on the handicapped kid in you know, junior high. That's not cool. So does she have issues that she needs to work with and have a hard time articulating? Yes. But why do we have a captain standing here bullying her, threatening her, intimidating her with things that are not lawfully true? You know as well as I do, there's no debate about it. You cannot charge me and arrest me because a guy putting his credit card in that machine over there is mad because I'm here with a camera. You can't. There's no law whatsoever that would support that, yet he directly said that to her, that she'd be charged and arrested. That's intimidation and bullying. And why would we allow that?
Sure.
Is that standard practice or just a mistake that captain made that day?
I wasn't here, Paul. It's hard for me to say what that interaction was.
Right, well, there's video of it.
Okay.
Which I'd be happy to supply you with the video.
Okay.
Let you watch it and return and have the conversation again if that's your only reluctancy here, is that you just don't know the situation.
Okay.
But for this conversation's sake, if you wanted to, if what I'm saying is true, let's go hypothetical with it. If what I'm saying is true, is that policy?
So he's the scenario you said is that he's using he's paying in there. And you're
Yeah, guy's paying for something. I don't care if it's an ATM.
Under that exact scenario, sure.
Sure.
You can video.
Yeah.
From a place where
Right.
you're lawfully entitled to be.
Yep. And that's exactly what I'm saying. That is exactly what I'm saying. If I am in a public space where I am lawfully entitled to record anything I can see, you cannot trespass the eyes nor the lens. That is the way it works. And like behind there, you guys have blinds. So if you have something going on back there with a victim or something, and I'm recording and that victim's uncomfortable about it, you can create the privacy, but you can't tell me to turn away or stop recording. I can record, if I can see it, I can record it. And there's no law that prevents me from doing that, nor can I be charged and arrested. And this is what I'm getting at. Putting people in handcuffs and putting people in cages is a big deal. I know it becomes a daily circumstance. Sorry, I know it becomes a daily circumstance for you folks because you do it as a career. But that could be life-altering for a lot of people.
Yeah, I agree. It's a great amount of power you have to take seriously.
And one thing I was saying to your other officer, your sergeant, the sergeant here, was you are vested by we the people with the authority to take people's money, their freedom, up to and including their lives. You need to take that seriously. That is not something to be taken lightly.
Yeah, I agree.
Not even a little bit.
We agree.
Right.
Right?
And
All right,
I'm
we agree.
And I'm watching a man wearing your uniform from this department abuse his authority and intimidate someone with the threat of arresting them and charging them and doing severe damage to their life. This is not a light thing to say to someone. When you're wearing that uniform, that's a real serious thing for you to say to somebody. That is not just, oopsie, mistake.
Sure.
You're threatening someone's life and freedom and finances and a lot more than just, we don't like each other. And that needs to be taken seriously and it needs to be addressed. Unless that is the policy of this department, is that how the entire department would behave, is threatening people with those severe consequences when they've not broken a law? Right. Is that how your policy, is that how you guys behave? I'm asking that question.
Well, here's the deal. Like I said, there's context to everything. So I'm not going to commit to overly broad statements.
I'm happy to providing you with the information.
Paul, I got to get going, man. Like if you wanted to sit down and spend some more time together.
I have two last questions for you.
Quickly, please.
All right, one, the First Amendment. Can you tell me what the 5 freedoms are that are supported by the First Amendment?
I'm not going to get into that, Paul.
Are you serious?
What's your next question?
What does the blue line mean to you?
What's the blue line mean to me? You know, it can mean a lot of things.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Well, that blue line meant one thing, only one, and it's been distorted on both sides, from the community and from law enforcement, and you should know what it means.
It can mean a lot of things.
No, it can't.
Yeah, it can. It really can.
Well, no, you're correct in the way that anybody can apply what they want to.
Here's what we'll agree with again. I will agree with you. It's distorted both ways. I agree with you on that.
Well, yeah.
I agree with you.
Are we going to attempt
and
to?
it should not be a divisive.
And I
thing.
know you need to go, so, but are we going to attempt to address that ill behavior of threatening citizens without a crime with arrest?
Well, that's not something we would ever condone, no matter what it is.
Okay, so are we going to address that captain about that behavior?
I'm not his boss.
Okay, so who is that I need to address about it then?
I think the best way to deal with that is probably either our city attorney's office or our city manager's
You know, you have a
office.
chief here, I'm sure, don't you?
We have an acting chief.
Okay.
And so as a result of that though, I mean, you certainly could get a hold of him if you
Why
wanted
do you have
to.
an acting chief instead of chief right now?
Our chief is retiring.
Okay. Do you have a card for whoever's the acting chief so that I can email them?
Not offhand. Well, I can write it down for you.
I would appreciate it. That will give me the...
Do you got something?
No, I don't carry pen and paper, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're good. Oh yeah, it's doing great. Circling back, I'm telling you, that 13, holy shit.
Yeah,
All this
I mean,
time, man.
Batteries last a lot longer
That's
these
just
days.
minot.nd.gov.
Wait, Dale dot
Plus it's
PL, okay, I'm just making sure I'm reading it right, because my handwriting sucks too.
Yep.
And then it's just minot.nd.gov.
Yep.
Okay, so I can email this person and then, because there is an authority to that captain. And I'm not even making a formal complaint here, and I would think that even as a law enforcement officer, you'd appreciate that I'm not trying to do damage to this guy's career. If I wanted to, well, if you start doing things to me wrong, I mean, I know how to make the appropriate redresses to my government.
Sure.
I'm trying to have a conversation. And just an honest conversation where even internally, we talk to one another and start educating one another on how we do and don't,
Sure.
you know, behave with general members of the public.
Right.
Is that okay? No, it's not. And you don't even have to answer that, because I know the answer, and so do you. That is not okay. Did he make a mistake that day? What was his mistake? Do I want to take that man's career from him? No. Do I want to do any damage to him? No. Do I want him to be educated and start addressing members of the public regardless of their ability to articulate themselves, regardless of your annoyance with them? They are still humans. They are still valuable, even if they're difficult to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
And they still deserve the same human rights, civil rights. You can put it any way you want. It's all the same.
Fair enough.
You know,
Yeah.
a constitutionally protected right.
Sure.
People make a mistake of saying constitutional rights. That's actually not a correct statement, because the Constitution does not tell you your rights. The Constitution was aimed at the government to restrict them based on our God-given rights.
Sure.
Sorry.
You're fine.
Thank you for your time.
All right.
I appreciate you answering my questions and giving me information. Is this person responsive typically? Because if he's not, I'm just going to be back here.
Well, it depends on what your interpretation of how fast that response
Well,
is.
I mean, by email, usually within 24, maybe 48 hours.
I would say give him a couple days at least.
Yeah, usually 24 to 48 hours on an email, because everybody doesn't look at
Is there
their
an
emails.
email address he should be expecting it from? Because then at least I can have a conversation and say, hey,
Uh,
I gave this guy your email address.
Oh, yeah, I can tell you what the email address it's coming from. It's WTP, as in we the people.
Okay.
WTP, the number 2, Arms Auditing.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
I will tell him that's who I talked to then.
Yeah, and that's, you'll see the 2 Arms Auditing in it,
Okay.
and I'll make it pretty obvious.
All right.
All right, thank you,
Okay.
sir.
All right,
You
appreciate it.
gentlemen have a good day. You realize I have another video out where I stood outside here after dark and about negative 15 degrees talking to one of your other sergeants for over 20 minutes.
Yeah.
He's a great guy. We had a
Remember
great...
who that was though, huh?
No, I'd have to go back to the video. Again, I'm terrible with names. I'll forget your name in 10 minutes.
All right.
That's why I have video.
Take care. Take care, man.
Have a good one. You can hardly see it, folks, but there's Old Glory. She's over there. Hey, 2 Arms fam. So here we are, done with that. Man, that was interesting conversations. And apparently, they're still bullying people out of the actual full public spaces here. Trying to cop-splain it away with, you know, we have layers of security. No, anywhere that is open to the public, we are allowed to go, period. Whether there's appointments needed, as you heard me tell the officer, or they're going to claim, they're going, look at that asshole. First time I've given a cop the middle finger. Fuck you. he was being an asshole there just to try and mess up my video. But hey, shows what a childish idiot he is, I guess. Well, and I guess I am too now. Yeah, anyway, and we will follow up with this and redress these grievances with higher authorities so that we can get it addressed appropriately. The officers I was talking with here, obviously that conversation was going to be a dead end and just a circular argument over nothing. Clearly, though, they knew that I was doing what was within my rights. They knew not to try and threaten arrest or to demand that we exit the public spaces. So, good Lord, folks. All right, Two Arms fam, like, share, and subscribe, and stay safe out there. Hey, Two Arms fam, glad to see you made it here to the end with us. Thanks for watching that content. Man, it was a good one. It was a great day, good education. I know we're not finished. We're not done with the job. We definitely have to return and further the education with these folks. But I think for our first visit and that conversation, we definitely did really well at getting some of the education across, and we're going to continue it. But no, Minot Police Department does not have the right to bully people and remove their rights and refuse services to them. I believe that they did a little bit more with Jane today because we were there to support her than they usually do. And I will be releasing other videos. Jane Fair has given me permission to release some of her content, some of what inspired me to help defend her from these bullies. I will share that content with you folks. Again, with Jane Fair's permission directly. I would never share somebody's content without it. But I hope you enjoyed it, and I do owe you, fam, an apology for being out of character there at the end. It's kind of funny, but at the same time, we're here for education, not instigation, and I should definitely not do that. So, hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day, and we will see you again on the next one. And don't forget that I'm going to share some of Jane Fair's content. Look for that coming out soon, too. And as always, folks, like, share, and subscribe. Let's get the education of our own constitutional rights for ourselves out there for as many people who can learn it. Learn what is correct and not correct, what you can and cannot do, and what your rights are and what rights cannot be violated, and how to properly and exercise those rights. I love y'all. You have a great day. Stay safe out there.
Everyone, I'm your best friend, back in town again.